What's up, North Idaho, and what is good, rest of the world? It's your man Tyler C, and this is the Community Experiment vlog. That's right, we're still here vlogging in these streets. Yo, recently I've told you guys a number of times in the last probably, I would say, what do you think, babe? Like a month or so that I've decided to do a vegan diet. Tonight, in fact, we just left Moon Time, and I have made the decision to, when we go out to eat, possibly to indulge in a meat sandwich or two. The reason why I say this, a number of things. One, because it's pretty hard to eat vegan or vegetarian when you go out to eat. You pretty much can eat salads or vegetable quesadillas with no cheese. So it's like tortilla and green peppers. You could also eat, what else? Soup, as long as the soup has no meat in it. What'd you say? A bean burger, which usually bean burgers are pretty hard and hurt your teeth, and if you have teeth like mine, which are not the best of teeth in the world. I thank Jesus for my teeth, but over years of not taking very good after years of not taking very good care of my teeth, they start to hurt after a while. The main reason though is because occasionally I like meat, and I feel as though I should be able to eat meat on occasion. It's like sweets. You're not supposed to eat a whole lot of sweets, but occasionally sweets are not bad. Speaking of sweets, my wife just put some delectable brownies in the oven. Dear, would you like to come and tell us what type of brownies we're gonna eat today? She's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Marisi.
Marisi.
Come on now, people gotta see you, babe.
The brownies we've been making recently are Food Stir's modern baking brownies.
Guys, check out this B-roll.
These are sea salt ones with chocolate chips in them, and they're delicious. Way better than Ghirardelli. It has organic ingredients. Number one ingredient being organic cane sugar.
Cane sugar. We like that cane, baby.
We use coconut oil in it, and it's just pretty darn delicious.
Yeah. Thank you, my sweet love, for that. Come on, seriously, I'm trying to be professional. Thank you, though, my love. I love you. But anyways, I'm gonna eat meat and sweets as little as possible, but occasionally I'll indulge. We have noticed, though, when it comes to meat and sweets, one, I'm way more fidgetier. Also, a lot more phlegm in the throat, which some has said, shout out to Dr. Sebi, that phlegm is disease. That's where all the diseases come into play. I don't know if you know about this, if you're a medical professional and you have an opinion on whether diseases grow in that phlegm that we feel, that I personally feel when I eat meat and dairy products. And sugars, for that matter. Well, not sugars, because I guess carbs essentially turn into sugar. Let us know. Drop us a line at thecommunityexperiment@gmail.com. Sorry, my mustache is messing with me. At thecommunityexperiment@gmail.com. You can also reach us on Instagram at thecommunityexperiment or Facebook at thecommunityexperiment. So this week on the podcast, actually, let's talk about this for just a second. Last week, we didn't have a podcast, and I felt like, you know, as a Christian, I know some of y'all don't like when I talk about my Christian moral values and such, but guess what? You finna take this. Actually, you can also just turn it off because I don't want to force feed anybody anything. So if you don't want to hear this part, fast forward a little bit and it'll be over. As a Christian, I have this voice in my innards. You know what I'm saying? Some of us call it the Holy Spirit. Some people call it your, what's it called? Conscious. Some people say it's your moral map. I feel like it's the Holy Spirit inside of me. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I want to do podcasts on certain topics, and then I immediately feel, or I'll set everything up, and I will feel the Lord just say, "No, you done. Nope, you're done." And all desire to do a podcast will just fade away. And so what I've had to learn how to do is listen to that voice and say, nope, it's over. So that's what happened last week. But in that, I've decided that even though that happened last week, which means that we skipped a week, it might be a good idea right now, while I'm still kind of revamping the way the podcast looks, it might be a good idea to just do a podcast every other week. So we're going to try that out every other Friday opposed to every Friday. And let's see what that does to 1, Tyler's stress levels, 2, the quality of content, and 3, I want to change things a little bit. I want to, just throw ideas out into the atmosphere, into the universe, some would say. Shout out to all those who believe in the universe. I personally think Jesus Christ is the artist who created the universe. Now, if you believe that when you speak things into the universe, you're talking to dust, shout out to my wife doing dishes. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I love her for doing that. Anyways, I don't know if you think that when you speak things out to the universe, that is you talking to, bless you, my love, that is you talking to the universe and some dust. I personally think that since Jesus is the creator of the universe, I can speak things into existence, but I'm actually speaking to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here preaching in these streets. But I got some things that I'm thinking about doing in regards to the podcast. We'll see whether they work or not. But for now, we're gonna go to every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? See how that? If you hate that idea, if you need a podcast every week, let me know, and we'll change things around. But for right now, let's see what happens. But this week on the podcast, we are speaking. This Friday, we'll drop an episode, and we are speaking to the homie Abel Siemens. You might remember that name Siemens because a young man named Abel Siemens came on I almost said Jacob Siemens, but it's not Jacob, it's Abel Siemens from Jacob and Abel and Jacob in a Car, another local podcast here in the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area. Abel came on the podcast probably like 4 or 5 months ago with the homie Jacob. Shout out to the young homies. Keep doing your thing in the podcast and musical worlds, which possibly you might hear the young man Abel's music during his older brother Philip's podcast. And the reason why I'm bringing Phil on the show is because, and you'll hear this on Friday, but because Phil Siemens is one of those guys who I see as a scholar, a thinker, and I want, if one of these days I die before my kids grow up, I want to make sure that I put them around, or that they hear stories of people who are thinkers, who are scholars, who they just don't learn because it's the cool thing to do. They learn because they love to learn different things and let life just thrive from what they learn, and learn how to learn opposed to what to learn. That way you can actually learn whatever you want. And so I bring Phil on the show this week, and we had a great conversation about what that looked like throughout the years, throughout his growing up years. And so I hope you guys thoroughly enjoy that. And my kids and my nieces and nephews who might listen to this show one day, learn. I'm gonna be very frank with you guys. Everybody else, for the rest of America who's just watching this, and it's great, enjoy this show. For my kids who might be watching this one day, y'all better listen to what this young man has to say, because there's a way to be successful and there's a way to not be successful. And the way to be successful is that you learn how to learn. You don't learn what people tell you to learn. When you go to school, if I'm not around, you don't learn what they tell you to learn. You learn how to learn. And that needs to start in the home with me. And if I'm not here, your mom. And if I'm not here and it's just your mom, then you learn from these daggone podcasts that I'm doing. I'm not just doing. I apologize. That was for my kids, not for everybody else in America. So this week, Phil Siemens, y'all see it on Friday. It's gonna be tight. All right, y'all. That's it for this week. Make sure y'all listen to this week's episode. It'll be out this Friday at some point. Other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next week. Deuces, swag, we out.
And her mother is drawn so close, a newborn babe with shrinking nose.